If you're a South African, there's no way you're celebrating Heritage Month without making a Malva pudding. Hi, I'm Astrid from the Sweet Rebellion, and today we're going to be making a traditional South African dessert called Malva Pudding. Malva pudding is a caramelized spongy pudding flavoured with apricot jam and soaked in a syrupy cream sauce. Today we're going to be making our Malva pudding with a bit of a twist. We're going to be adding Amarula Liqueur to the sauce for that extra warm and fuzzy feeling. So where the name Malva Pudding comes from is a bit of a mystery. Some people say it comes from the Malvasia wine that was used in the sauce originally. Other people say that the name comes from Malva lacus, which was an old-fashioned type of marshmallow sweet and had a similar spongy texture to the pudding. No matter where the name comes from, I can tell you that it's absolutely delicious and you can find it on pretty much every South African restaurant menu. These are the ingredients you'll need for the sponge. 2 large eggs, 180 grams of sugar, 2 tablespoons of apricot jam, 2 tablespoons of butter, a teaspoon of white vinegar, 150 grams of flour, teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, a pinch of salt, and 100 ml of milk. And then for the sauce, 100 ml of milk, 100 ml of hot water, 100 ml of cream, 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of butter, and 100 ml of Amarula Cream Liqueur. The first step in our recipe is to whisk our eggs and sugar together until pale and thick. Next, I'm going to melt together the butter and apricot jam. I'm going to add this to my egg mixture along with the vinegar and give it a good mix. Next, I'm going to sift my dry ingredients, which is my flour, bicarb, and salt, and then add that to the egg mixture alternately with the milk. And I'm going to do that in 3 parts. Now I'm going to add my batter to a grease dish, which is about 20 by 20 centimeters, and bake it at 180 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. While the pudding is baking in the oven, we're going to make our Amarula sauce. So we're just going to add all our ingredients to a saucepan except for the Amarula. Bring it to a boil and simmer for about 3 minutes. Then remove from the heat and then add our Amarula. So it's ideal to start making your sauce 5 minutes before the sponge is finished baking, because both the sauce and the sponge need to be hot when you add the sauce to it. If you prefer to make an alcohol-free version, you can simply replace the Amarula with an equal amount of cream. Now that our Malva pudding has finished baking, I'm just going to prick it all over with a fork and then pour all the sauce on top. Then we're going to leave it to stand for about 15 minutes for that sponge to absorb all that delicious syrupy sauce. You'll notice that the sponge has gone quite brown, and that's thanks to the bicarbonate of soda in the recipe, which encourages a reaction between the sugars and protein, giving a brown color and caramel flavor. Once your Malva pudding has soaked up all that delicious sauce, you can serve it immediately, because it's best served warm. You can serve it with either whipped cream or ice cream, but traditionally it's served with lots of custard. I'm going to be serving mine with custard because that's definitely my favorite. And there you have it, my Amarula Malva pudding. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments what's your favorite South African dessert.